My name's Jas and welcome to Solutions for Accounting and the wonderful world of Sage add-ons. Today we'll be looking at purchase orders and enhanced ways to raise purchase orders within Sage 50. We've put together a 6-episode video series in which I will briefly explain and demo some of the steps and features of purchase order control. We'll be covering raising purchase orders, purchase order approval, pending purchase orders and purchase order list, purchase order deliveries, approval hierarchy, and of course, the Sage integration and budgets. If you would like to learn more about Sage 50 or any of the Sage add-ons in this video series, then please contact us on 0330 335 0011, or you can email us at inquiries@solutionscloud.uk. Hello and welcome to episode 3 of Raising Purchase Orders in Purchase Order Control. Today we're going to be covering off the pending purchase orders and the purchase order list, which you can see on my front purchase order control home screen. First one that we're going to look at is the pending purchase order. So if we just click into that screen, and what you can see on here is actually two separate screens. And the reason for that today is I'm showing you both sides of the process today, both raising the order and approving the order as well. From the two screens, it's something that would be visible by two different types of users. So your pending purchase orders would be visible by your users that are raising purchase orders, and your purchase orders awaiting approval would be visible by the users that are approving the orders that are coming through to them. If we look at the top screen first, we've got two purchase orders that have been raised and have been sent out for approval. From these orders, we can look at the order date, we can see the status that it's at, we can see which team they are with for approval, and of course we can see the supplier and description, net, VAT and gross columns as well. On the right hand side of that, we can also see some buttons. So we've got an urgent button and a cancel button. The cancel button is self-explanatory. If you don't want to continue on with your purchase order, you can simply cancel it, and that will simply cancel the purchase order within the purchase order control system and push it into the purchase order list as a cancelled order. That will never be visible within your Sage package. And your urgent button, what that does is it sends out a little prompt to the authorizer via email. So there's full email communication throughout the entire process of purchase order control, right from the get-go. So when you click that urgent button, a little bit like this purchase order here at the very top where you've got the little urgent status, it will provide you with a prompt that goes out via email, but also it will update the status to urgent. So if we just click that urgent button now, we can see the status has now changed. In addition to the buttons on the right hand side, we can also drill down into these orders as well. So you can see that these orders were raised back in April, so they're quite a long time ago. So if there is anything on here that I want to have a look at in a bit more detail as to possibly the departments or the nominal codes, I can drill right down into this order from this screen. If I just double click the order itself, and we can see all of the information that we would have placed on the order at the point that we raised it. We can also drill right down into line level as well. So if we just double click on that, we can see which quantities we have, what unit prices we have, and what nominal and departmental codes were also applied. Coming out of this screen, if we scroll down to the bottom, we can now see the purchase orders that are awaiting approval. So this would be visible by the people that are going to be approving the orders. We did visit this in the previous video as well. And so you have all of the same functions here. You can drill right down into the order itself if you want to look at any further information. This, of course, will help you make a more informed decision. You can check out the delivery information, any audit trail information, any documents that might be attached or notes. You can see all of that from this screen. And you can also, of course, approve and reject directly from this screen as well. Moving now into the purchase order list. If we come back into the home screen, it's the next tab down, the purchase order list. So slightly different from the screen that we've just looked at. The purchase order list will show you absolutely every single order that is going through the system. So this is right from the point of requisition. At the very top of the screen, you've got some filters. If we just click on the filter at the top, you can see the tabs that you can apply in order to filter the view that you have. In addition to that, you can also view purchase order history depending on the type of user that you are. So this is something that would be set at the point of settings and global settings, whereby you can individually set the access rights as to what the user can actually see within the system. So for this particular purchase order today, I can see all users, so every single purchase order that it's going through the system today. But if you have an admin user or somebody that's possibly new to the business, you might want them to only either see their own purchase orders or just their purchase orders that are raised within their team. Just below that, you can also see on the right hand side, we've got some blue buttons that allow you to export data out of the purchase order control. You can do this straight into Excel or .csv, and that does allow you to do some further manipulation, some further reporting if you want to, and it also allows you to do some spot checking to make sure everything is running smoothly as it should. Going down from the blue buttons on the right hand side, we can now see a full list of absolutely every single order that is going through the system. At the point of requisition, it would have been applied with a unique reference, which you can track. And then at the point of approval, and only at the point of approval, is it given a Sage reference, which you can see in the Sage screen just there. The types of orders that are visible within this screen are slightly different. So anything that is not yet approved, so possibly sitting at urgent or possibly still in the request stage, will be very different to an order that has been fully created and fully approved and gone into Sage. So if we click on this little urgent order here, number 23, you can see that it's not yet been approved. It's not got a Sage reference. If we just click into the order, we've got very limited functionality. We can view the order and we can edit the order at this stage. There's nothing more that we can do with this order. The system does not create a physical documentation in any way that you could possibly send out to a supplier by accident as an approved order. There is nothing that would with an order that is fully approved, has been given a Sage reference and has been created in Sage, you'll have lots more functionality. So if we click on this order that we raised earlier at the very top, you'll have lots more functionality. So from the very top, we can see that we can view the order in full. We can also edit the order. Now, as this order already sits within the Sage system as an approved order, it would temporarily pull it out of Sage and out of the purchase order control system, allow you to make your amendments, and then once you've done that, it will then send it out back for reapproval, and that will then allow the original approver to approve the order with the amended figures and values, and then it will then go back into Sage again. At the point of approval, it has also now created a PDF version of the order as well, so you can either send this out to yourself because you're connected to the system via your own login, or you can also send it out directly to the supplier as well. Again, it's really important that you keep your Sage data up to date so that the purchase order control system knows exactly where to send your information as and when you are raising purchase orders and approving them. You can also attach documentation, so if you have a cover letter or possibly you want to attach the original quotation so that the supplier knows what you're referring to, you can absolutely do that. You can attach a document to the email before it goes out to the supplier itself. Now, this is quite a manual process. There is also an option for it to go out automatically, and that would mean that once the order has been raised and been approved by somebody within your own organisation, not only will it hit the Sage system as an approved order and the purchase order control system as an approved order, but it will also send out a PDF version to the supplier as an approved order as well. Further on from these buttons at the very bottom, you can also record delivery, which we'll be going through in the next video. And of course, you can also cancel purchase orders if and when you need to. The last button on here that is relevant is the complete purchase orders. This button would be used if you have a purchase order that does not require any further delivery. This could be used for things like your bills or any sort of utilities that you're purchasing that you would not effectively deliver into the Sage system, but effectively have been purchase ordered into the system. In the next episode, we'll be covering off purchase order deliveries and how we can process delivery straight through the purchase order control system, ready for Sage to then process the invoice.